Welcome back everyone, Mariah here. Today's video, we got a lineup of some fun topics. We're gonna be going over Ethereum Classic, why I think it's potentially pumping. We're gonna be going over the massive mistake that I recently made when I sold my Ethereum Classic, what price I bought it at and what price I sold it at, and what price is it at today. I'm gonna be talking about my new approach to exiting the bull market because it has changed. It's changed from just like a few days ago. It's always changing. One thing you should know about me is that I change my mind a lot. Once I gather new information, I'm constantly changing my mind, so that's something that you should get used to if you're gonna stick around a while. I'm gonna be talking about my sentiment, my personal sentiment around the current market and my thoughts. We're gonna be going over the Wall Street cheat sheet. I've referred to it many times as like the chart of emotions, kind of like trying to figure out where we are, where we're going, what we can expect. And I'm gonna be talking about my experience with the Wall Street cheat sheet from the first time I experienced a cycle of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency from 2016 to now, basically comparing side by side the two bull markets. I'm gonna be asking you guys questions like, how can you take into consideration your current emotions, how you're feeling about your portfolio, and how you can kind of decipher to see where we are in the current market. I'm gonna be revealing my portfolio in terms of percentages. So you're gonna see the percentage I have in alts versus Ethereum versus Bitcoin versus cash. I'm gonna be talking about what percentage I think Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to fall by. Okay, so when I say that, I mean like where I think they're potentially gonna top and the percentage wise they're gonna pull back. And we're gonna be going over Ethereum and its correlation to Bitcoin, and like, does it always reach its previous all-time high around the same time? I'm gonna be placing price and orders for Link. I've kind of like really been taking Link a lot more seriously after looking at, the market cap and seeing where it could go. I think it's time that I add some more position on Link. And then at the very end, we're gonna go over the Bitcoin price, giving you a review there. Why is Ethereum Classic pumping? You can see this article here. And basically, all this article really says is that, in cryptocurrency, it's really important when it comes to the supply of the coin, right? So Bitcoin has a fixed supply. We know 21 million, and that already about approximately 19 million are in circulation. So we have clarity when it comes to Bitcoin. With Ethereum, there isn't as much clarity when it comes to the supply. The thing with Ethereum Classic is that we know there will only be ever 210 million coins. And let's see, Litecoin, how many coins does Litecoin have? Litecoin total coins, I think Litecoin is another one that's fixed. Yeah, 84 million. I knew it was like it was either 80 or 100 or something. So that's what this article is basically saying when it comes to, where did that article go? Basically in this article it's saying that Ethereum Classic is pumping because of the fact that there is a set supply that is capped at 210 million. So when it comes to regular, just Ethereum in general, not Ethereum Classic, total supply of coins. So you can see here, at the end of 2017, there were 96 million Ether in circulation, and 5 new Ether are created with each block. Let's take a look at coin market cap when it shows how much Ethereum is in circulation right now. So circulating supply is 115 million. I am pretty sure that increases. I don't think that there is like going to be a set amount of Ethereum. I remember seeing someone's tweet by basically saying that there would have to be like, I don't know, hundreds of millions or like $1 billion or something like that invested in Ethereum every day just to maintain the price. But we also know that there's a ton of Ethereum currently locked up when it comes to securing the network, and so that Ethereum can make all of the upgrades. I myself have locked up 15 Ethereum that I can't touch. It might be released in a year, and it could also take, like 3+ years. So that's something that we don't quite know about. I think that when it comes to Ethereum Classic, there is a possibility that people are mistaking it for Ethereum. So that happened with the stock Zoom. For example, there is a ticker symbol ZOOM, okay? And so the thing is that there is Zoom Video Communications, okay? So this is a stock that's at 297, but then this crap company that has their ticker symbol ZOOM, because Zoom's ticker symbol, I'm pretty sure, is ZM. Let me just double check here. People are probably getting mad that I like don't know these answers immediately. But listen, guys, I end up talking about things that I don't anticipate to, so I want to make sure that I'm giving you the right answers on the spot. So yeah, this looks like a Swedish company. You know, their ticker symbol is ZOOM, and you could see here that, you know, this company really hasn't done much of anything. Started here, let's see, in August of 18, but the stock went from $2 all the way up to 21 because people got confused and they started buying Zoom instead of ZM. ZM is the video conferencing company. So there's a possibility, like the Zoom situation, that people are confusing Ethereum Classic for Ethereum, and they're like, oh, look how cheap it is, you know, and people are very inexperienced in it when it comes to the crypto market, and they're buying it because of that. So what was the mistake? What was the massive mistake that I made when it comes to Ethereum Classic? Not too long ago, I was buying Ethereum Classic in very, very small amounts for like $14. Okay, I'm gonna show you my buy orders right now. Ethereum Classic currently $127. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so you can see here that, I mean, 3 years ago, I was buying it at like $9.54. And actually I was selling a ton of it in that range. I think, you know, this must have been, I was buying at about, you know, $10, and then I was selling at $9. So I was technically like selling at a loss, and I think I was just dumping a lot of my altcoins at this time. But there was a time where I had 5,000 Ethereum Classic. So let's just, for shits and gigs, if I still had those 5,000 of Ethereum Classic and I sold it at $126, that would be 630K. Not too bad. But let's look at my recent orders here. So I was buying Ethereum Classic here in the $14 range, and then I started dumping it at $40, $49. That was 3 days ago, and it's now 126. I only had like 120, but I sold all of them because I was like, you know, it's gone up, you know, significantly since I bought it, what, 3-4x? I'm like, I should start getting rid of some of it. Obviously, it was a very small position, but I should have just held on, okay? Like in most cases. So what you should consider is this. I was looking back at my original big purchase in crypto. I decided to dump my entire savings into Ethereum at $7.23 was the lowest price I got in. If I would have stuck with my original Ethereum purchase and I would have done nothing, I would have bought no Bitcoin, no other altcoins, I would have just stuck with that original position, I would have more than I have today. So I put in, instead, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've traded back and forth all of these different positions, and I'm not in a better spot. I have less, significantly less than if I would have just bought what I bought and held for 3 or 4 years. So something to take into consideration if you want to start trading. Okay, so my new approach to exiting the bull market. Recently, I told you guys that I want to, at the end of the bull market, pretty much be out of all the coins except Bitcoin, Ethereum, DOT, and Link, okay? I have kind of changed my mind to where I might just want to stick with mostly Bitcoin and more cash, because I think that this is a problem, is that I do think that Ethereum has a potential to flip Bitcoin, okay? This is a flippening where basically, for those of you that don't know, the flippening is when the amount of Ethereum, the total market cap, is more than Bitcoin. So right now you can see 404 billion and then almost 1.1 trillion for Bitcoin. At the top here, you can see that the Bitcoin dominance is, BTC is 42 or 45.2%, which is actually pretty low. So during the bear market, I want to say the Bitcoin dominance got up to 70%. So basically what you're doing is you're taking the entire crypto market, what it's worth, and then taking Bitcoin. So right now Bitcoin is worth 45.2% of the entire crypto space. So this is the thing, is that someone wrote in the comments recently that like, we're never gonna see Ethereum at $2,700 again. I don't believe that for a minute, okay? Just so you guys know, Ethereum went from $1,400 down to $80, okay? It hit the peak of $1,400 in the last bull run, and during the bear market, it bottomed at $80. That is a 95% correction, okay? I think what's going to happen is we're going to see Ethereum top at about the $4,000 range. And I think that we're going to see it, let's go ahead and take a look at the daily chart here. And I think that we're going to see it pull back about 35 to 40% at least, okay? So let's just go ahead and see. If it reaches $4,000 and if it pulls back, let's see, if it pulls back 30%, which is pretty conservative, right? We know that Bitcoin in the last bull run pulled back 30% like 6 or 8 times, okay? And every time Bitcoin pulls back 30%, Ethereum pulls back like 40 or 45%. So if it pulled back 30%, that would take us to about 2,800, which I think it's going more. If it pulls back 35%, then it's going to take us to 2,500. And let's see, 40% pullback would take us to 2,300. And a 50% pullback would take us to $2,000, okay? Let's say, I don't know why, but I have this gut instinct that Ethereum is going to reach $16,000 in this bull market, okay? And I configured that because I think that Bitcoin is going to top at about 10x of what it topped out in the last bull run, which would take it to 200K. And I think that Ethereum, if it 10x's, it's going to be, it depends on what exchange you were trading on. I think some exchanges got up to 1,600. Then that would put, if it 10x from its last high in the previous bull market, then it would take us to about 16,000. So not like this, crazy, basically not like this insane reasoning why, but that's kind of like just my idea. So let's go ahead and see if Ethereum reaches, okay, 16,000, okay, and let's say that it pulls back, last time it pulled back 95%, okay, let's say it pulls back 85%. If it pulls back 85%, then it is going to $2,600, okay? If it pulls back 95%, like it did last time, then that would take us to $847. So that's something to keep in mind moving forward. But at the same time, this is the thing, is like Bitcoin, we have all these institutional investors, which I think will keep the price higher versus Ethereum. Like, have we heard of really a single like hedge fund or corporation purchasing Ethereum? It's all about Bitcoin, right? So I think it's important to think about Bitcoin from the institutional side of things, right? And Ethereum from the potential that it could flip Bitcoin. It's gotten close, but it hasn't quite done it yet. So let's talk about my sentiment thoughts on the current market. Okay, let's take a look back at the weekly chart, okay? And I'm gonna be kind of referring to Ethereum here. So when we look at the weekly chart and we go back to 2017, I try to look at signs from the previous bull run to see how they basically compare to what we're seeing now, right? So I'm anticipating during this bull run to trade sideways at some point for 2 to 3 months, okay? It's gonna be a great accumulation phase, but I do think that is absolutely possible, all right? So this is where I think we're at. This right here is May, June of 2017, okay? Let me go ahead and just delete all these blue lines so that you can see this better. I don't even know what these blue lines are here for, to be completely honest with you. And let's get rid of this one while we're at it. Okay, this is what I'm looking at right here, okay? This is like Ethereum at $212, and that's May of 17. And then in this, range, it peaked. The high was $420, and that was on June 11th, okay? So it hit that amount, and then it basically consolidated all the way until like the first or second week of November. So I think that this right here, this 420, that's why I think we're gonna top at 4,000, okay? I can see 4,000. I could see us literally just bouncing in this range. And shoot, there was this flash crash right here where it went down to about, what was the low of this candle? I think it happened on Coinbase actually. Yeah, this is the Coinbase chart. The low of $13. Okay, so there was like this crazy flash crash. I remember that. And then it didn't go above the previous high of 420 until the week of November 19th, okay? So technically that was June, July, August, September, October, November. Technically, it was 5 months of Ethereum trading sideways, and then it had its final push to the top. And once it basically went from the previous high of 420 all the way to the top of about 1400, that was an increase of 238%. And the period of time that happened was, it was from mid-November, and then it topped, I think, sometime in January. So yeah, January 8th. So let's see, within basically a 2-month period, Ethereum rose 238%. So we really haven't had the, long extended period of time where Ethereum trades sideways. So that's kind of where I think we are in terms of where we are in the market. Okay, now let's take a look at the Wall Street cheat sheet. I don't know if you guys have seen this before. It's also called Psychology of Market Cycle. I've referred to it as like the chart of emotions. So where are we? Where are we? Okay, you can see here, optimism, this rally is real. Belief, time to get fully invested. Thrill, I will buy more on margin, gotta tell everyone to buy. Euphoria, I am a genius. We're all going to be rich. I'm having a really hard time figuring out in this time where we are in the market, okay? I'm going to say that I felt all of these emotions back in 2017, and absolutely I felt this here. I also felt complacency. I also felt some anxiety, denial. I didn't panic, thankfully. I only sold what I needed to sell to survive. For someone that it's like your first market cycle, you might be able to like better figure out where you are on this chart, okay? I think that it's hard to say, but maybe we're in between like optimism and belief, and it's very different, right? Because Ethereum's making all-time highs versus Bitcoin, which is kind of still trading sideways. So this is something to really take into consideration. I'm not saying we are here, I just pulled up this chart basically, but see down here, anger and depression. This is where you guys are gonna start being really, really mean to me in the comments, okay? And I just really don't want that to happen. Because if you're mean to me in the comments, then why would I wanna keep making videos? But I see it happen all the time, so please, if you end up losing, just don't take it out on me. That's all I'm asking. All I'm asking. This is never financial advice. And how to use your emotions to know if the bull market is over. Okay, so this is the thing for me, is that I don't feel euphoria at all. I mean, I don't know what it's going to take for me to feel that. I'm guessing, because this is the thing, I think that we're gonna know it's the end of the bull market when we see Bitcoin and Ethereum go up 200 to 300% in a very short period of time, to where it's just like, oh my gosh, my life will never be the same again. And there's like a pretty big difference between like 1 or 2 million and like 10 million, okay? That, it's a little bit different. You can easily lose 1 to 2 million, but it's a little bit harder to lose the 10, You can stay afloat for much longer. So that's something to take into consideration. I do not feel euphoria at all. I'm honestly just like, with Ethereum at 3,500, and I have a pretty generous holding, I'm just like, yeah, it's okay. But even though I'm selling some off, I'm just like, I'm doing that to like lock in some profits because I'm really bad at that. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel it yet. And Bitcoin at 57,000, even when like Bitcoin was $60,000 a few days ago, I was just like, meh, whatever, So that's kind of how I'm like approaching. Those are my current feelings with the current market conditions. And I will keep you guys updated. But my question for you is, do you feel euphoria? I mean, I'm just kind of like sitting around waiting, like, okay, I'm gonna know to sell off a bigger position when I feel euphoria, but I'm not there yet. Just waiting. Okay, next up on the list. I'm gonna be revealing my portfolio. All right, let me really quickly. Here's my cute little pie chart. And you could see here, I have 15% in alts, I have 3% in USD, I have 24% in Ethereum, and I have 57% in BTC. This, you know, the alts and the USD typically stays the same. And part of this USD is also some of my penny stocks and some other stocks I have, and then just cash on the sidelines, some cash to live, you know, some USDC earning interest. You know, not that long ago, this BTC was at like 64%, but with the, you know, that was like last week or 2 weeks ago. But since Ethereum has been pumping really, really hard, it's now at 24%, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. I would start, you know, reconsidering, maybe rebalancing things. If my Bitcoin holdings goes below 50%, I would, you know, start being kind of concerned, but I have plenty of room there to just, you know, continue writing things out. I don't feel the need to make any changes yet. I am comfortable with this. So one thing to consider is that, you know, although we oftentimes see Ethereum and Bitcoin correlate, there's, you know, it's not 100% of the time. Like, let me give you an example. Bitcoin in, you know, later December hit, you know, in 2020, hit its previous all-time high of $20,000. Around that same time, did Ethereum reach its previous all-time high of $1,400? No. What's interesting is that it took 1 month later for it to hit its all-time highs. Here's another thing that's interesting to take into consideration. Bitcoin in 2017 hit its all-time highs in December, okay, of 20,000. But Ethereum did not hit its all-time highs until 1 month later when it hit its all-time highs of 1,400. So there's this like weird, odd thing where it's like Ethereum is kind of delayed by 1 month, you know? We have those 2 instances where that was the case. So that's something to take into consideration. Like if you think, you know, Bitcoin's gonna top around 200K, and then you kind of can anticipate like 3 to 4 weeks later, then Ethereum hitting its all-time high. So I think what kind of happens is that once Bitcoin hits its all-time high, or, you know, that top, people start selling off Bitcoin and then it starts flooding into altcoins. I want to say that most of the other altcoins also topped around the same time Ethereum did, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Okay, I told you guys that like I am just Link, right? I feel like I need to add more to my position. So let's go ahead, you know, we're going to start looking at these charts. Let's see. So yeah, it's time for price review. And I'm going to start with Link because I actually want to place some orders right now for Link. Let's go ahead and take a look at Link's daily chart. I have this friend who, you know, has like a ridiculous Link position. I think he might be 100% in Link. And everyone's telling him like, sell, 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 you know? And he's like, when it hits $25, I'll sell. And then he's like, when it's hit $35, I'll sell. And I bet you he still hasn't sold yet because he knows what's going to happen. It's going to go insane. All right, so when it comes to Link, I think that Link will hit $100, okay? And Link has been like slowly grinding, but there's gonna be a time, I believe, when Link goes absolutely berserk, like insanity, okay? And, you know, when I was looking at the coin market cap today, you know, I was looking at the Ethereum, I was looking at, you know, the Ethereum market cap of 404 billion and Binance at almost 100 billion. And then, you know, I was looking down here at Link. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm a lazy investor. You know this, okay? Something to really understand about me, I'm a lazy investor. I have this friend, okay, his name's Sean. I kind of moved to Puerto Rico because I read this blog post that he wrote on Puerto Rico. And, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and, well, actually, if I don't link it because I'm really bad about, about linking things that I say I'm going to. So Sean King, if you type in Google, Sean King Steemit Puerto Rico, okay? I hope it's still here. Okay, so I'm moving to Paradise on January 1 and will legally pay probably 0% taxes. Okay, actually, I love coming back and reading this, okay? He posted this 4 years ago. And so there is, you know, he writes it all out. This article convinced me to move to Puerto Rico. Sean is one of the smartest people I know. I owe so much to him because he posts so much value on Facebook. Like, if you are his friend on Facebook and you are not a millionaire, it's your fault, okay? He is right about everything. He called everything when it came to the election. He calls Bitcoin and like he's excited about Link. So I don't know a lot about Link, but you know what? Sean's excited about Link, so I'm excited about Link. Instead of taking the time to do the research, I find people that I trust and I kind of just follow their lead. So what have I been doing? I've been following Sean's lead in most cases. And so he's excited about Link. So you know what? I need to be excited about Link. I need to add to my Link position. So read this article. You're gonna love it. Sean might be the most brilliant person that I know. Okay, so we saw an all-time high of Link here. This printed yesterday, and the high was $51.20. Okay, so a TD sequential system usually see like look right here, 9 candles of upside, 1 to 4 candles of pullback, 7 candles of upside, 9 candles. So you kind of see it trade in increments. So this looks kind of toppy for me right here. So what I'm going to do is what we can see here is usually, Link comes down and touches this moving average right here, this red one. Okay, this red one right here is a 12-day moving average. Let's see here. It's an EMA. So the 12 EMA. Okay, so I am probably going to place some orders here because I'm anticipating Link to pull back a little bit right here at about 40, between 41 and 42, I am going to be placing orders, okay? And I might place even more orders at these moving averages right down here, which would be at about $39. But I'd be happy getting in at 42. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now, put my money where my mouth is, and I am going to put in some buy orders. And I need to move some funds around. I only have about $1,500 of USD. So I want to, let's see here. Let's go for 10 Link at $42.50. That's about $425. I'm gonna do 10 more at $41.50. So I'm just like staggering orders down, $40.50. All right, so I put in orders for 30 Link. Another thing I need to do is I found like $15,000 on my Coinbase app. It's like I have nothing on the regular Coinbase. And I'm like, why does it say my portfolio is over $15,000? What happened is I tried to wire money to one of my banks and something happened to where it wasn't accepted. And instead of Coinbase putting it back in Coinbase Pro, they put it on Coinbase. And I actually was like, I was thinking the other week, I was like, I think I have $15,000 missing. And then I kind of forgot about it. And I was supposed to follow up. I must have never put it on my to-do list. And so I'm glad that I found that money. All right, so let's see here. I'm gonna be depositing from Coinbase Max. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put, and I need to, this is seriously like not enough buy orders for Link, to be completely honest with you. But I'm gonna go ahead and put an order for 50 Link at, what was the last order that I put? Was it $40.50? So I'm gonna do $39.99 and place a buy order there. So that kind of just like puts me on the board to pick some up, and then it kind of like basically makes me pay attention so that if the price keeps dropping below that, I'm just gonna keep adding and keep adding and keep adding. So that's a daily chart. I could see it taking 4 to 9 days for maybe that to hit. And then also what's gonna happen is every day, of course, like these moving averages are gonna potentially be moving up. So then I might realize, okay, well, I might need to cancel some of those orders and then change them and like bump up the pricing. We'll just kind of see how things go, but I'm gonna go ahead and start there. Let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin on the daily chart. So, this right here could have been a higher low, and then maybe we could be making, if we make a higher high here on the daily chart, the high of this 7 candle right here is 58,986. So if we can hit like 59K and make a higher high after this higher low, that's gonna set us up really, really nicely. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 12-hour chart on Bitcoin. Let's see here, if this green 2 could start trading above this one right here, which is the high 58.4 by the end, or how much time? We have 11 hours left on this candle. That'll be really nice. It's also currently 9:06 a.m. and this is Eastern time. It would be really nice on this 4-hour if we could see Bitcoin reach the high of this candle right here, which is the 59,000. So let's see. I mean, it It could take a few more candles, doesn't have to necessarily be a 9. But there is, on this 8, there's almost 3 hours left, and then maybe a candle after that. So we have, by the end of the day, if we can go over 59K, that'll be really nice. But obviously, once the stock market opens, we're gonna have to see if Bitcoin starts correlating with the stock market. Oh, 1 hour chart looks really nice on Bitcoin. So looks like a lot more room for upside. The 30-minute chart looks really nice. Let's go ahead and look really quickly at the short-term 5-minute chart on Bitcoin. So let's see. 5-minute chart is trending downwards, so maybe we'll, find some support here at the mid 57 range and then continue to the upside. Let's look at Ethereum. Let's start with the daily chart here. So, I mean, obviously it is looking a little bit toppy, and, Ethereum has just, it has ran, to say the absolute least. So, let's see here. This candle right here, which is April 21st. So that would be, a little bit more than 2 weeks ago. Since then, Ethereum is up 73%, not too bad. And let's see the percentage-wise of it in the last week. So April 30th, the bottom of this candle right here. So in the last week, Ethereum is up 33%, not too bad. This is like something that someone mentioned, which I really never kind of thought about previously, but like let's say, Ethereum stays at like 0.06 against Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin goes to 100,000, and that would put Ethereum at 6,000, which is, totally doable. Nexo here at $3.74. It had a little bit of a run up yesterday and got all the, whoa, I didn't even know the Nexo surpassed $4. Amazing, really good. Dogecoin is going to be interesting. It's currently at 59 cents. We know that Elon Musk is going to be on SNL this weekend. So, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens after that. DOT at 40.45, Link at 47.74. Link has been dropping. And like I said, I think it's going to pull back a little bit. I think there's going to be a really nice buying opportunity on Link. A really great time to get in my opinion. But like I said, it's probably going to follow Ethereum in terms of, reaching that high and probably trading sideways for like a good majority of the summer and then making new all-time highs in the fall. Litecoin is doing amazing, $345, BNB at $640, unbelievable. I think I had like a few that I bought at $18, and damn, should I have held on to those. BCH at 1,400, really making moves. EOS at 976. Actually, I have a very, very small holding of EOS. Like, I think I started with basically 420 of EOS, and I sold off a little bit yesterday, so I will share with you guys what I sold yesterday. I sold 20 at $8.33. I sold 100 at $8.35, and I sold 50 at $9. And as you can see, that wasn't necessarily the best choice. Coinbase. Trailing stop loss. Please, we need the trailing stop loss. Like, Robinhood has trailing stop loss. Like, you're a publicly traded company, Coinbase. Why don't you have that as an option? I just don't understand. Ethereum Classic 125, ZRX almost $2, Neo at 119. Thank goodness, man, that was down. Okay, this, like, Neo is a coin that no one really talks about, and to be honest with you, like, I myself, I used to have like 1,000 because everyone said it was like the Chinese Ethereum, and I maybe now have like 350, but no one ever talks about Neo, and honestly, I gotta figure out even where the heck I can sell it, but I wanna say it got down. Let's go ahead and take a look at the monthly chart. I think Neo was just a couple of dollars when it, like, I think it bottomed at like maybe $2.50, potentially. Well, let's see here. Let's see what the low, this might have been the low right here in March of 20, $3.89. And now it's 120. So not a bad purchase there. Filecoin at 157. Gold is just another day, of doing absolutely nothing. Mana at 140. Sushi at 1580. Coinbase, man, I'm telling you guys, I just am not compelled to purchase it at $273 even. I still don't feel like the time is right, but man, it's been struggling. It's, it's just been going straight down. That's it, just straight down. And maybe earnings which will be here May 13th. Oh, that's soon. That's like next week, right? I can maybe turn things around. Well, I have talked enough. This might be my longest video yet at almost, now I see 40 minutes on my screen. So if you have made it to the end, thank you and congratulations. And if you want to check out the links down below to support my channel, I would absolutely appreciate it. So that's all I have for you today. Oh, wait. That's not all I got for you today. Okay, here's the instructions. If you want to win this Ledger Nano S, okay, I have a task for you. So what you're going to do, this is like, I'm really cross. This is like a really crossbreed. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but you are going to head over to Instagram. All right, so this is how you enter. I am totally leveraging this channel to grow this other channel. Okay, so you're gonna go to Instagram and you're gonna type in Puerto Rico scooters. All right, these are the scooters that I bought that I'm trying to rent out. So what you're gonna do is you're going to follow this channel, okay? And you're going to click on this picture that has a picture of 2 scooters that I posted yesterday. And all you need to do is write a comment, okay? And all comments are going to be considered to win the Ledger Nano S. You don't have to say anything about a ledger. Just, you could say anything. It could even be related to this channel. I just need some followers on this page, okay? So instead of directing the traffic down here in the comments, if you head over to Instagram, follow and write a comment on that. So actually 3 things. Follow this Instagram channel, like this picture with the 2 scooters, and write any comment that you want, and you will be entered to win the free Ledger Nano S, okay? Another thing to take into consideration. This is for US residents only, okay? I didn't consider that, and if I try to ship this overseas, it's gonna cost me a lot of money. So this is for US residents only for this particular one. I included everyone in the last Ledger giveaway. This particular one is for US residents only. So that is all I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.